will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bearcats offense will have first crack at this one. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look so out in the open field. He was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense is vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Might as well give it to him again. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
The Bearcats with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Pulls and fires complete. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Takes the handoff. It's Walker. Got enough space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bearcats.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Oklahoma State's offense will go to work for the first time today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches want.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
They'll line up for a second down play. Grabbed over the middle. It's 4. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here's a heat. Picked off. Takes it the other way. The 20. Touchdown, Bearcats. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And the Defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He's got an open man. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Dropping back, it's Flores. Gonna take a shot. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's blocked. He'll be run out of bounds at the 13.
Great job by the quarterback there, knowing where his answer is against the blitz. He finds his dump-off throw to the running back, and he does the rest, picking up the first.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Out of the gun to give to the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
Absolutely center cut. Now the lead is down to 11. We've reached the break. Cincinnati is on top. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Looking for a man, it's Sorsby. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Royer. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. The inside handoff. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man, is this place loud right now. The Cowpoke faithful bringing it on third down. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Bringing the heat. Got a man. It's Jennings. There he goes. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Bearcats with the 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Walker. Takes it past the marker. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The Bearcats started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll ride the hot hand. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Sorsby. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Quick strike through the air for the score. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Able to run it out to the 28 on the last one. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
And the Cowboys racing to the line in the hurry-up. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much, but they got the first down. Now let's put the pedal to the floor, go a little faster, cut into this lead.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 12. Looking downfield, it's Flores. Using the quick game. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Deep shot for the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Cowboys will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Gonna run it. It's Pryor. Breaks into the open. Past the 50. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Bearcats! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Flores. Grabbed in the middle, it's Fitzpatrick. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. 2nd down coming up. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And the rush will get to him at the 25. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Timeout, Cincinnati.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Cowboys line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Wide open, he makes the catch. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To the air on 1st down. Snagged in the middle, it's Pryor. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Bearcats want to crank the tempo. Grab behind the line. It's Warrior. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the back. Now from inside the red zone. Makes the grab. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. To the air, it's Sorsby. Got a man. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to scramble. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bearcats!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense has enough time to get off the play before we head to the half. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Going to sling it on second down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, fellas, looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Stillwater. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
And the Bearcats will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
He'll heave it deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this.
Turning it on! Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Flores. Pulls it in, it's Brock.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on that time, made a real good decision. I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back, because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
Wide open downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. Right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Off play action. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field. When I run that post route, QB lays it out for him. He catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. South Carolina somehow, some way, found a way there in Columbia and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25. The Bearcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. give to the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. And the Bearcats come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. Got enough for the first down and wants more.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on fourth down.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. Here comes the heat. They're working that left side. Oh, he's got some space. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Makes the catch. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Dropping back, it's Flores. On the move, he fires. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down. The Cowboys send out the punt unit.
Number 9 in punt formation to kick it away.
No fair catches here, looking for room. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. They go to the ground. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. On the run, it's Walker. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. From the gun, running back gets to give. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
No on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. The Bearcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Got his man quickly. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And under critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Finds his man in the middle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bearcats. And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drummed. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
And the Cowboys have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Rigby. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
As a defensive lineman, let me tell you something. This is hunting season. This is when you pin your ears back and you absolutely fly to the quarterback, and you can see it. They know it's pass, and they get to him again.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run play action. That's reeled in. It's Walker. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Scanning the field, it's Sorsby. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Shakes off the defender. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and He has delivered for his offense all game long.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, fourth quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
Timeout is called with just a single second left. After this, it'll be a wrap. Off the play fake. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meat face, ball game over.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.